like if you watch the Tarkov Twitter while the cycle of a wipe, it's like the first like month, it's like holy fucking shit, I'm jizzing, and then the second month, it's like, is anyone having any desing? And then the third month's like, fuck this game, and then like yeah, like fourth, fifth, and sixth month, it's just like there's fucking hackers everywhere. When's Tarkov gonna fucking wipe? This is bullshit. And so
Yeah.
like everyone sort of goes in that cycle, and I think they get bored, and then they just turn on each other, and they start being fuckheads to each other, and it's always the same.
Hey, she's a beauty.
Welcome to Tarducks, a podcast for content creators to come on and share their stories, experience, and advice. And today I am super happy. I got SlushPuppy. Welcome.
Hey mate, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Yeah, good.
All right. So the way we get things started here is we start off with 3 random questions. So are you ready?
Yep.
All right. So we were just talking about this a few seconds ago. So you and your Australian brother, or your American brother, Kings, go away to Austin for the weekend. How does the weekend end up? Face tattoos, arrested, waking up in Mexico? You tell me.
It'd be a hard one. I definitely reckon we'd end up getting tattooed because we'd end up meeting up with Baddie.
Yeah.
I would assume that we'd probably go shooting and blow something up and someone would get injured. It would be more than likely that someone would end up in hospital.
All right. Well,
Or just alcohol poisoning.
yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Second question. Last movie you saw?
Oh, I'm so terrible at this. What was it? Fuck, I'm never gonna remember. It was on Netflix. It was one of the new ones on Netflix. It was crap. I know that.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. It was called Run and Gun. Oh, it was so shit.
Was it crappy?
Yeah,
man.
Run and Gun. Oh, the acting was so terrible.
Nice.
It's the worst. Yeah. Yeah, don't watch it.
All right. There we go. All right. And the best thing about where you live?
It's quiet.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Are you like out in the countryside or like nobody around you type thing?
Not super out in the country, but it's small town. Like I live on an island. The population of the island's only 500,000.
Yeah.
But it's quite a big island, so you're not on top of people.
Yeah.
And so I live in the Hobart, which is the city south in Tasmania, and that only has a population of like 300,000.
Oh shoot.
So,
okay.
And then I live south of there, so it's nice and quiet.
Nice.
It's not we're away from everything.
Yeah.
This is where you go if nuclear war starts.
All right.
This is where you get away from it.
So where I grew up on an island in Canada called Newfoundland, and we are the large island off the coast. We call everybody on the mainland, or everybody who's not from Newfoundland, mainlanders. Do you guys? What do you call?
Yeah, mainlanders.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. That's what we call them as well.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
And then they call us inbreds. It's
shoot,
it's pretty
do they really?
standard. Yeah, pretty standard.
Oh man,
They're just jealous though. They all want to move here because the property prices are way better, and all the food, and it's way less busy there.
Okay.
They sit in their cars in Sydney complaining about the 2-hour drive to work and the 2-hour drive home from work, and be like, "Oh, Tasmania sucks," and it's like, "Oh well, I've free parking. It takes me 5 minutes to get into the cities."
Yeah. And now food. So is food that different from on the mainland for what you guys have?
Oh, that's like our main thing is like like Hobart's food tourism. So we have really good food down here, like especially seafood and stuff like that. So they're very like all of the restaurants are like fine dining.
Yeah.
Well, not fine dining, like posh dining, but just like really good food.
Just good meals.
Yeah, that's just our whole thing.
Yeah.
Is food tourism. So it's pretty cool. Like
that's awesome.
There's heaps of wineries and places that make cheese and distilleries and shit like that. And that's like our main export. So yeah. So
you don't want to tell people that because man, you're gonna get people moving there.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to move here. Oh, actually, no. I would say that if I didn't own a house, because then they will drive up the property prices, and I don't want to. But now I've got one. That's fine.
Nice.
Move here all you want, just don't ruin everything. Don't drive.
Yes.
Just walk everywhere. Don't get in my way.
All
Yeah.
right. So now, where did the name come from?
It's pretty dirty.
Okay, that's all right. Dude. This is your pod.
Yeah.
We can go as dirty as you want.
Yeah.
There's no rules.
Well, so I was naming my my first WoW character, and I couldn't think of a name. This is when I was like, I think it was WoW Classic, so I would have been like 13 or 14 years old. And yeah, I couldn't think of anything, so I went to what's it called, Urban Dictionary,
Yeah.
and it was the featured word of the day,
Oh,
and
God.
yeah, and it's pretty disgusting. You want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah, I can always edit it out, but yeah, go for it.
It's where it's where you jizz in a condom and then your partner drinks it out of the condom.
Oh,
And I thought that was funny at the time. So I was
Oh my
like, you know
God.
what? I'm gonna call myself that. And so that was my WoW character for years and years.
Yeah.
And then when I made my Twitch account, I was like, oh, I'll just call it that because I played CS:GO with that name and
Yeah.
people called me Slush online and all my guildmates in WoW called me Slush. I was just used to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I just made it my Twitch name.
Oh, shoot. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So now, what did you do before you went live? What was your career before that, or?
Oh, I worked as a programmer, so I built data analytics software for
Yeah.
the government. So basically doing like big data analytics for
Yeah.
stuff like I don't know if Americans have it, but like Senate estimates where
Mhm.
you know where they have like that, you know that thing where they put Mark Zuckerberg up and they just grill the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they do that in Australia called Senate estimates, and they have like ministers come up and they get basically grilled about stuff.
Yeah.
And so my job was to provide the data
Oh,
to the
no way.
government so they could grill these people.
Yeah.
So that was my job.
Oh, shoot.
And
That's wild.
yeah. So that was the last job I did. But yeah, I worked for the government
Yeah.
for much ages, and before that I was a carpenter for my dad. But I'd spent like 10 years at the government, so I was pretty ingrained in the federal government work of doing basically fuck all and getting paid too much. So
Well, nice to see governments are the
Yeah.
same all over the world.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
The funny thing is, I think every government worker works really hard. They just achieve fucking nothing
Yeah.
because there's just so much red tape, and they all just spend all of their time just covering their own ass.
Yeah.
They basically achieve nothing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. And now, did you grow up in Tasmania, or did your family move there?
Yeah, well, we lived here when I was born,
Yeah.
and then we moved to Queensland. So we lived on the Sunshine Coast
Yeah.
up far north, and then we moved back down here. So, and then I've lived in Brisbane and Sydney for
Yeah.
short stints as well. So, yeah,
Okay.
mostly just here in
Yeah.
Tasmania all my life. Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, when the whole team was on, you mentioned something about you have royalty in your family.
Oh, no, that's my my wife's family.
Oh,
So she
okay.
yeah, so she's a descendant of like all of the Lord Mayors and stuff of the city that we live in. So there's like big pictures in the museum of
Yeah.
like her ancestors and shit.
Oh
And it's
my
fucking
God.
weird. They
That's
look
so
exactly like her. It's hilarious.
Wow, that's so crazy. Oh my
Mm.
God. So let's talk about video game experience. So when did you start first playing video games? Your early memories?
Uh I was just thinking about this because I thought you'd ask.
Yeah.
And so I have a detailed answer.
Oh, sweet.
And yeah, so the first game I played was Alex the Kid on the Sega.
Yeah.
It was on my brother's Sega, and so I love that. And then I remember getting a Super Nintendo as like the first console that we got, and I was obsessed with Super Mario World. So
Yeah.
I played the absolute shit out of that. And then when I went to primary school, I made friends with a few people that were really into gaming. And
Yeah.
it was just all about Pokemon. It was like nonstop. So we all had Game Boys and all played
Yeah.
either Pokemon Red or Blue, like the original one.
Yeah.
And yeah, just became obsessed since then.
Oh, shoot. So now,
Yeah.
have you jumped back into Pokemon like Baddie has?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, I played a few of the other ones like wait after the first one, but
Yeah.
they're all just. I mean, Pokemon fans are gonna grill me over this, but I think they're all just the fucking same. And like they're really just like getting to the bottom of the barrel with Pokemon design as well. Like
Yeah.
you look at some of them, it's like, oh, it's a spoon with arms, and it's like, what the fuck? Boom.
Oh, and
Yeah.
so after that, so when did you jump into PC gaming?
That would have been uh Counter Strike 1.6
Yeah.
or before 1.6. So like, so I was talking. I remember talking to a kid when I was playing CS:GO one time, and I asked him what year he was born, and it was like 2002. And I was like, I've been playing Counter Strike since before you were born, and it was he did not like that. So, but it would have been like 98 or 99.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got my first PC and started playing yeah, CS,
Yeah.
and played a shitload of that, and then played a fuckload of WoW,
Yeah.
way too much WoW. And yeah, that pretty much took me through my entire college years.
Oh shit. And
Yeah.
now what, looking back on all the video games over the years, what have been some of the, your favorites?
It's a long list. I could go in order
Yeah.
because I just yeah, Final Fantasy 7 I think was the first one that really got me.
Yeah.
And obviously the first Pokemon's. All of the Metal Gear Solid franchise I absolutely fucking love.
Yeah.
The Witcher is all-time fave. And then like going back to like when I was a kid, like Conquer's Bad Fur Day and Diablo 2 and the first Diablo and stuff like that. They were the ones that were sort of formative to me,
Yeah.
where I just played the ever living shit out of them.
Yeah.
But whenever I list them though, I never list like multiplayer games though, because and they're probably the ones that I had the most hours in.
Yeah.
But I always think single player games when people say, "What's your favorite game?"
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I just posted. I did a reply to. I think Pep posted something about favorite video game covers, and I think it was Dan Exer or somebody. No, Pep posted Metal Gear, and I had never played. The only Metal
yeah.
Gear game I played was the Phantom Pain, and Dan Exert says you got to play the first one. So I fired up my PlayStation 3 and I've got it downloaded and give it a shot.
Oh, you gotta play. It's so fucking good.
Is it
Yeah, I
really?
love it. Yeah. I someone was playing it on stream the other day that I knew, and I went in there
Oh, no way.
and he was like, "Oh, I don't know where to go," and I was like, "Oh, which boss did you just kill?" And I can still remember off the top of my head like exactly where to
Wow.
go and everything. I've finished that game so many times.
Yeah. Oh, no
Yeah,
way. Oh, that's
yeah,
cool. So
yeah.
now, from a streaming standpoint, what made you go live? Where did that all come from?
Oh, that was I remember it was like we played a lot of PUBG. So I'd just gotten off Counter Strike because it was sort of going through one of those stages where it was just full of hackers. So you get in every game
Yeah.
and it was like the Prime stuff wasn't working very well. Everyone was just buying Prime accounts, so you just end up like lobbies just full of spin bots. And so I started playing PUBG a lot, and I played with a few guys that were they dabbled in streaming before, and me and my twin brother would play PUBG in a foursome with these two other guys,
Yeah.
and we just rip on each other nonstop. And being that like we wanted to get better at the game, we'd watch people like Grims and Shroud and get pointers from them. And the guys that we were playing with, like, oh, you guys are pretty funny, like just ripping on each other. You should
Yeah.
stream it. And so I was like, yeah, I could do that. And my brother wasn't really keen on it, so I decided to just start streaming myself. And I played like one game of PUBG solo, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty boring without my brother, so I'm going to play something else. And then I started playing Tarkov, and then that's it.
That was it?
I
Oh,
got
no way.
yeah, I got hooked on it. I remember going into like some discords and just meeting some random people to play Tarkov with,
Yeah.
and then I just just ended up streaming it like nonstop
Oh,
for
shit.
just like 10 hours a day. So
And
yeah.
now, do you still remember your first subs or your first people in chat?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh,
Death
shoot.
Sandals was my first follower and my
Yeah.
first sub. Yeah, he was the first one. I've got a few subs that are like the sort of like 60 months sort
Holy
of
crap.
level that have been around forever. Actually, one of my tattoo artist, my is my first sub, my
Damn.
longest sub. So he's the guy that has done most of my tattoos. So
Yeah.
I know him IRL.
Oh, shoot.
And Yeah.
Now,
A lot of them like ended up being mods and stuff.
yeah.
So I still talk to most of them.
Now, what was that for, that experience like? All of a sudden you're playing a game and now you've got strangers coming in talking to you or laughing or, that's got to be a foreign thing, at first.
Yeah. It is weird. I definitely felt self-conscious to
Yeah.
start with. I was like, this is fucking weird. But then you sort of get used to it.
Hmm.
And it's then it becomes second nature. Like you just sit there and talk shit to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean I could talk forever, so I'm very happy with that. And I think if you've got the kind of personality that's like uh energized by social interaction,
Yeah.
then you could do this a lot easier. If you're the kind of person that becomes sort of sapped with lots of social interaction, then you probably will just like burn out after streaming for a couple of hours. And but yeah, for me, it's just keep going.
Yeah.
So
Oh, shoot.
that's good.
And
Yeah.
now, how long were you streaming before you made Twitch partner?
So I started November 2017, and I got partner in May 2018.
Okay. And
So
do you
yeah,
remember when you first got you found out you got partnered?
I do. I was playing wasn't Tarkov. I think it was like Hand Simulator with Deadly Slob and Ghost Freak.
Uh huh.
And we were all really drunk. We were waiting for a Tarkov patch, I think. Or was it? Yeah. I think it was that. I think it was Hand Simulator. Something
Yeah.
dumb. Yeah. Yeah, they came in and told me. Yeah.
Oh, no
Yeah, it was
way.
kind of fun. Yeah, it told me while I was live, it was kind of funny.
And now, how many times had applied, prior to that?
That was the first time I
Oh,
applied,
shoot.
actually.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
got lucky.
yeah. Oh, no
Yeah.
way. And now, over the years, what are some of the hardest things about, hitting that go live button or being a content creator?
Um, yeah, it's usually just running out of ideas for the game
Yeah.
that you're sort of playing. Like it's hard because like I made Tarkov for so long, but it gets to the
Right.
point where it's like you feel like you're going through the motions, just
Hmm.
going into a raid, doing the same thing, and it's I know it's a video game, but it's like everything can become a job if you do it often enough,
Yeah.
and so it starts to become a bit sort of humdrum. You get a bit bored, and so that's sort of the main part is like you eventually just burn out on
Yeah.
whatever you're doing. It doesn't really matter what you're doing, but changing that can be sort of discouraging as well. So like if you go variety, you get less viewers, you
Yeah.
get less subs and stuff. So you live in that sort of eternal like limbo. It's like, do I play the main game that's pissing me off and then become pissed off and get
Right.
better numbers and feel happy about that? Or do I play a game that I'm enjoying a lot and then get shit numbers and then feel bad about that?
Yeah.
So it's like, you can, yeah, it can be a little bit frustrating,
Yeah.
especially when it's your full time job, like your only income. It can be, you get hamstringed into it, which is why I think a lot of people will just like stick to their main game for
Yeah.
ages, even if it's pissing them off, and they'll just become pretty salty at it. And
Yeah.
it can be very, draining. So
So, I'm sure that, like you said, that first few times you move away from your main game, like, now you can play pretty much anything you want. You're happier that way as well.
yeah, I definitely get enough viewers to do it. I don't get as much as I used to for like Tarkov when I was big into Tarkov and it
Yeah.
was all I played. I'd get like the 1,000 to 2,000 viewers, which I don't get anywhere near that for playing variety games.
Yeah.
But it's also I wasn't really enjoying it all that much, so it's like I've just become sort of salty and it'd piss me off
Yeah.
and that'd affect the quality of the stream. So I'm like, I didn't think that it was worth continuing going in that direction.
Yeah.
But it's you know,
And now,
can not everything's about money at the end.
no, it's
So
not.
you just want to be happy,
Yeah.
which is that's the pleasure of people that have money can say that, but
Yes,
it's
that's true.
yeah,
But
not everything's about money because I have heaps of it. No,
but it's a
yeah,
valid point though, and many of us don't realize that until later on in life. That money isn't everything.
yeah,
It's that work-life balance or just life in
yeah,
general. You have to enjoy, and you don't want to miss some things because you're chasing that dollar.
yeah, exactly. But I think you only get to that point once you've sort of become stable. Like
Hmm.
you're not like rich. Like I'm not rich by any means, but like that stability of like you own your car,
Yeah.
have you have a house that's probably on a mortgage like 99%
Yeah.
of the rest of the people in the world, and you have like all of the other stuff that you need. But like when you first like leave home, it's sort of you don't really have that option because
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I'm renting and my car's always fucked, so I'm always trying to fix it. And
Yeah. And you're
you
living
know,
paycheck to paycheck and all that.
yeah. So, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it definitely feels like you grow into. You also become better at your money as well. Because I mean,
Yes.
I don't go out every weekend and just blow it on fucking beers. So it's it definitely
Yeah.
changes as you get older.
Oh, absolutely. And now, if somebody's thinking about going live for the first time, what kind of advice would you give them?
Um, I don't know. It's hard. My advice would be to like look at a top streamer that you like
Yeah.
and you want. So think about whether someone would want to watch you compared to them. So if you have shitty mic quality or shitty visual quality compared to them, and you're providing like on par content to them, are they going to watch you over them?
Yeah.
Probably not. Like you want to concentrate on trying to make your shit as good as, if not better than, the people that are as at the top of their game now.
Yeah.
So look to them for guidance in everything. So break down what makes their stream good, what makes their stream fun, and then attempt to make that in the technical aspect, and then bring your own sort of thing to it.
Mm-hmm.
So your own kind of humor, your own style.
Yeah.
Uh,
And now, if you were, you're starting out first, fresh today, you just picked your name, Slush Puppy, you're going live for the first time. How would you approach things, knowing what you know, how would you approach it today?
Going back, I would just 100% just focus on YouTube.
Yeah.
I would not even have started streaming if I knew what I knew. Streaming
Yeah.
can come after, because once you're big on YouTube, you can literally just flick on your Twitch and just say, go follow me on Twitch, and then you have like thousands of viewers.
Yeah.
Because that transfers, it goes that way, but it doesn't go the other way. Having a Twitch doesn't give you a YouTube following, whereas YouTube could translate to any site.
Yeah.
So not I wouldn't say streaming on Twitch because streaming on YouTube, because I think the discoverability is pretty shit
Yeah.
for their streams. But I would say making YouTube videos, like the discoverability for YouTube videos is just 1,000 times better. You can get a YouTube channel off the ground 1,000,000 times easier, and for a lot less hours put in than you can at Twitch. Like, to get a Twitch off the ground, you got to stream 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. You got to be on. You got to be like ecstatic to be there. You got to be fucking at the top of your game. Or a YouTube video, it's a 20-minute video every week.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously it takes time to do that, but you don't have to be ecstatic to be there 12 hours a day. You could do that shit beside another job.
Yeah.
And then build your following, and then get to the point where you decide you then want to stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bring up, you're 100% right, because all it takes, if you hit that one video on YouTube, then you're golden. But like you said, Twitch, it's a grind, 12 hours a day. You've got to be on. You can't, just half-ass it or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And now,
I think a lot better. YouTube is, and plus, like a big YouTuber, just like it was fun. I found it funny when they had those Twitch like earning leaks, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, this streamer earns so much money." It's like, man, have you seen how much money fucking YouTubers earn? Like, it's fucking 10 times that.
Yeah.
And everyone was freaking out. It's like, yeah, you can earn way more on YouTube and producing videos. So learn to video edit.
Yeah.
That'd be my advice.
And you don't have to be on. You just, do it, just do it whenever you feel good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And now, looking back over the years, what have been some of the highlights since you went live? Been to this place, saw that. What's been some of the memorable things for you?
Definitely going to America and meeting Baddie and Klean and Willers and Eli and Donut, going to SHOT Show. That was probably one of the best memories I've got from streaming.
No way.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. It was good fun.
Yeah. Any what are some of the memories you could share about that? That won't get anybody in trouble.
yeah, just drinking way too fucking much. That was good. We went over to SHOT Show. So it's like a big, for people who don't know, like a big gun convention in Vegas. And they have it at the same time as the Adult Video Awards, which is like the Oscars of
Oh
porn.
my
So
God.
there's a lot of porn stars walking around Vegas and a lot
Yeah.
of dudes with I assume $1 billion government gun contracts
Yeah.
walking around. So there's a lot of money and a lot of women walking around. So it's pretty fucking entertaining to watch.
Oh my God.
Uh, yeah, and yeah, so there's a lot of went to a bunch of like parties for all the different gun brands and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it was fun. It
Oh,
was
nice. Now, was that
yeah, living the high life.
your first time meeting Baddie and Klean, or had you met them before?
No, that was my first time meeting them. Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, we were talking about it, and Clean was like, "Hey, you should come over," and I'm like, "Fuck it, why not?" And then I'm sitting there streaming, and then Clean comes in and just donates essentially the cost of the plane ticket to me, and was like,
Shut
"Book
up.
your tickets, motherfucker." Man,
Wow.
Clean is the most generous guy I've ever met. He's so insane. Like
Yeah.
the entire time we were there, none of us paid for a meal. Clean just paid for like everything. He's fucking insane.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
he's the kindest people I've ever met. And he was like, "Yeah, you should come over. I'll get you a ticket. And here's money for the flight." And so yeah, I couldn't
Oh,
really
shit.
say no at that point.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And now,
Yeah, it was sick.
what did you? So, did you do any visiting outside of Vegas when you were here, or really just Vegas and home?
That was just Vegas at home that
Yeah.
time. I have been to America another time. I drove from like LA to Vegas and San Diego and
Yeah.
San Francisco, and like drove up and down California and through Nevada and stuff. So
Yeah.
I knew the area. I'd already done like the sort of touristy stuff. So
Yeah.
this time I just went to party and shoot guns. So that's pretty much it.
Now,
Yeah.
what are some of the things that are like different here versus different at home for you that you really noticed?
Definitely
Anything?
the food.
Yeah.
The food makes me. I can't eat American food for very long. It fucks me up.
Yeah.
I swear it's the cheese. That shit just like destroys me.
Yeah.
It's like that fucking nuclear waste
Oh,
looking
it's all the
cheese.
process, a lot of processed foods, probably.
Yeah, I ate that, man, and I'm gonna shit myself in about 20 seconds. Like it fucks me up.
Oh,
So it was,
shit.
yeah, but it was interesting because a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's so different" and stuff like that. And it is in some ways, but
Yeah.
it's like Australia is very similar to America. Like I think we've become a lot more Americanized
Yeah.
over the years, so we're not that dissimilar.
Yeah.
But it was weird going to a place that is just so fucking gigantic, like LA, because like LA's population is like 3 times my entire country's population.
Yes.
And it's like a city that you could drive for 9 hours and you're still not on the other side of actual city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was weird going to a place that massive, especially when you come from a town that's so small. Like it takes me to go from one side of the city in Hobart is a 5-minute drive. So
Yeah.
it was definitely eye opening to go to a place
Yeah.
like that. But it was cool though.
Oh,
You gotta
cool.
you gotta experience that shit. I'm a keen fan of travel. I think it's a key part to life. Like if you don't experience it, then
Yeah.
you just sort of live in a bubble and you think the whole world's just like what you've got. Like I always thought, oh, America's like crazy rich and everyone there's like LA's like really fancy and shit
Yeah.
like that. You sort of go there and you're like, maybe they don't have it that good.
Right. Yeah.
It's maybe they may be full of shit on the TV shows.
Well, yeah. What you get on the
Yeah.
TV shows and movies, yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
we get all sorts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Vegas is interesting. Vegas is something I think everybody should experience once in their life at least. Just the
100%. Yeah.
people watching. It's just it's different.
Yeah. It's crazy over there.
Yeah.
It's just so it's very weird. It's completely different. But it's like I found Vegas to be kind of strange. Like it depends who you're with, like
Mhm.
whether Vegas is gonna be like a massive party or something. Like I went with my wife and we walked around all the casinos and stuff like
Yep.
that. And it was cool, but it wasn't like a massive party in the sense like you watch the movie.
Right.
Like, oh, you go to this place or this place or this
Yeah.
place. Then when I went with mates and they knew where to go, then it was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is where you're supposed to go. Because my wife and I had no idea where to go. So
Right. Yeah.
we're like, oh, this is just casinos.
Yeah.
We're not into gambling or anything. So it was like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's interesting because like I've been there and I've seen like little grandma dropping like $1,000 coins into slot machines, and it's just like that's just mind blowing that people have that much wealth to just piss it away
oh
like
yeah,
that. It's
it is
crazy.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they're just sitting there in their pajamas, just
yeah,
chain smoking. It's like, yeah, that's healthy.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
good for it. Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Do it.
So now, one thing you guys started years ago was the team. And it was you and Pesley started that, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
And now, where did that concept come from? What made you guys think, hey, what drove you guys to do that?
I don't know. I think we just started working together to like, we're like, oh, we should host each other and try and like share our viewers and cross pollinate our viewership and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, and try and help each other grow. And then because we were just talking so much about it, we're like, fuck it, let's just start a stream team and we'll make a team to just talk about this kind of shit with like-minded people that want to
Yeah.
talk about getting big on streaming or helping each other with YouTube video ideas and stuff like that. And so it just grew from that. I think
Yeah.
it was nothing special. It's not as though we woke up and discovered we had powered rings or something like that. It's just pretty much just mates
Yeah.
just having a chat. That's about it.
And then who ended up getting brought in after? Was Anton next or was Veritas?
Well, it was me and Pest and Ghost Freak at the start.
Oh, okay.
And then then Anton and Veritas and then Sigma.
Yeah. Oh, very
Yep.
cool. And now, have you guys ended up meeting up IRL yet?
Some of us have met some of us, but not a full meeting, no.
Yeah.
I know that, yeah. It's hard because we all live so far apart.
Right.
Like I've met Pest before, and Pest has, I believe, met Veritas.
Yeah.
Mentioned. I think Veritas and Sigma have met each other.
Yeah.
Ghost is over in the US now, so we'll probably end up meeting up with some people. But it's and Anton is ever elusive.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, just Anton.
Now, have you convinced Pesley to come visit your island?
No, I haven't. No. He's been so busy because he's
Yes.
he's got a kid now, and he works so hard. It's
Yeah.
Pest is pretty much just balls to the wall 24/7. I don't know how he has so much fucking work ethic. To be honest, it's crazy.
It is
Hey,
wild.
he just seems to be up at every second of the day. Like you just like you look at his send him a message or something and he'll reply and it's like, why the fuck aren't you asleep? And he's like, oh yeah, no, just organizing this. It's like, man, I don't fucking do that. It's too much effort.
And now, over the years, have you gone to any of the Twitch cons that have gone on?
No, I've never been to TwitchCon. I was
Yeah.
gonna go this year, but I was like, I got invited. A company invited me to fly me over for a game, like sponsorship thing.
Yeah.
But I'd already organized like PAX. So we organized like a golf week before PAX in
Yeah.
Australia. So I decided to just do that instead. But yeah, I would like to
Nice.
go, but it's a long fucking flight.
It is for you guys, absolutely. And I saw pictures of that golf outing. That looked like you guys had a blast.
It was so much fun. Yeah.
Now,
that
who's
was
all
awesome.
involved in that one?
So there was a shitload of us. So I think me and Red started the idea with Armsy and Finny, who are another couple of Tarkov guys that stream as well. And then Colts got in, and we just ended up having a massive group of guys that we all play golf and like fuck it, let's go play a shitload of golf.
Yeah,
and
nice.
get wasted. Yeah.
Now, when did you start playing golf? How long ago?
I started playing when I was like 18, but
Yeah.
I didn't play for a long time. So I played for a couple of years. My golf club, it's weird. My car got stolen and my golf clubs were in the back.
Oh,
and
shoot.
I found my car but they tried to burn it out, and so it was like fuck. But
Oh my god.
and so I was like, fuck it, I'll just send it to scrap and get insurance on it. But I forgot my golf clubs were in the back, but
Oh no.
so I lost my golf clubs, so I didn't pay for ages. And then just last year I bought another set, or maybe it was earlier this year. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start playing golf again. So
ah, cool. Yeah, it's one of those games where you only get good by playing it, and you got to have you got to sink a lot of time into it.
yeah, it's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
It's very fun though, because you're like you play shit all day and then you hit one good shot. Like fuck yeah, that was sick.
Now, would you say you have a better short game than a long game, or a better long game over a short game?
This is what pissed me off when I started playing again. I used to have a really good long game. Like I used to be able to drive the ball fucking ages when I was young and fit.
Yeah.
Now I suck dicks at long game, and my short game's actually better. So
But actually, that's what you want. You want that short game to be better, because you don't want to be doing 3-putting. For me, I hate my lob wedge, because it either some days it works or some days it just sculls the ball, and it's like a driver. I have no faith in it.
Yeah. Now the lob wedge that's a fickle beast. That shit.
Yep. I'd sooner pull my 5-iron and use it as like a little putter.
Just tap it in. Just go to the 8-iron, just skill it, scun it across the ground. It'd be right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can get some real good ones with the lob wedge, but then I'll just fuck it up and send it into the stands. But yeah, the driver has been my main sort of like my main hate.
Yeah,
now
it's your kryptonite. Back up.
Yeah, because I used to be able to drive at like 270 meters, like pretty consistently when I played a fair bit, and I was even sometimes more with a wind behind me. And now I'm like 220, and it's inconsistent. Yeah, I'm like, this fucking sucks. So I'm still trying to get on top of that, but it's hard. Like you as you said, it's all about time spent.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah. Now, how's Red Ops? He looks like he's a good golfer. Does he got a good game?
Red's really fucking good.
Yeah.
He'd be under 10 handicap for sure.
Shoot.
Yeah. He's so some of the guys that we went with are pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like Finney is fantastic, and Harmsy is he's I think a 10 or so handicap. So we definitely had our work cut out for us. And Colts is really good as well. He's a bit like me, like inconsistent.
Yeah.
But that's just from not playing as much. But he's amazing. Like he can drive ball like 280 meters, and he's really fucking athletic. So like when he can do those long shots like really well.
Dude, that kid always seems like he's happy.
Oh yeah.
He's such a good guy.
Motherfucker in the world. Yeah. He's so cheerful. Just spreading love everywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had him on a while ago, and dude, the guy just definitely has a heart of gold, it seems.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he'd do anything for anyone. He's fucking best.
Awesome, man. So you seem like you got a good crew of people there, man, on the island, or that you roll with.
Yeah. They're all legends. The Australian, they're sort of like come from the Tarkov community, but we're all sort of play whatever now. But just a bunch of good people that are into the cool shit. So it's good to have,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now, speaking of Tarkov, so how did you find the game? What was your path to it?
I actually have no idea. I remember finding a YouTube video, but I can't remember who the fuck it was. It might have been Frankie on PC.
Yeah.
Being like, "Hey, look at this game." But I remember I brought it in June 2017 before it went to open beta. So I brought the Edge of Darkness so I could play the closed alpha.
Yeah.
You only got closed alpha access if you brought Edge of Darkness.
Okay.
Well, there was like the middle ground version was like a 50% chance to get Edge of Darkness, some shit like that. So I just brought the top one, and I fired it up then, but I didn't play it heaps until I think like October 2017, because it's never Australian servers, and it was real fucked. Like it was like 10 FPS on fucking factory, like bad. So it was almost impossible to play. But when they got the Australian servers in October, I started playing as a wipe then. And then was there I I know there was a wipe in December. So I think December, because I was in New Zealand at the time, December 2017, they wiped, and then I came back and I was like, you know what, I want to stream like fuckloads of this. So I started streaming shitloads when I got back.
Yeah.
And I had like a month off work as well. Because I had long service leave. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take a month off work because I just want to play video games.
Yeah.
So yeah, ended up streaming for like basically 18 hours a day for a month.
Holy
So,
shit.
so yeah,
Now,
played the living fuck out of it.
what was the hook it had on you? What was it? What was it about it that was so special that just made you stream it 18 hours a day?
I don't know, just like the hardcore like survival element of it.
Yeah.
Because I always loved like DayZ and like those survival games, but I like PUBG for the like PUBG had like that realistic shit. Like I don't like Apex. Like
Yeah.
I'm not really into like the space shooter kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like flying around all over the place, twitchy fucking Adderall gaming
Yeah.
shit. I always like the realistic sort of shooter stuff because I'm pretty big into firearms. Like
Yeah.
I like guns, and yeah, I go hunting a lot, and
Yeah.
I really like guns. So that sort of it tickles my pickle a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you've got the sort of survival element of it, and it was hard to learn, and once you mastered it, it was really satisfying. And so I sort of just got addicted to it because
Yeah.
of that. Because it's like PUBG was out at the time, and then it was like this is sort of it was not like a hardcore version of PUBG, but just like the next step in
Mm-hmm.
that sort of that realism sort
Yeah.
of stuff. That's what I liked about it. It was sort of it used to be that it was like that, but it sort of it has evolved a lot over the years. So
Yeah.
it's very different to what it used to be. But
Do you still get any pucker moments when you fire it up and play it anymore, or is it you're sort of used to it, used to the experiences?
that's sort of why I take time off. 'Cause
Yeah.
it makes it a lot more enjoyable when you don't not just sort of grinding it. Like I used to just grind it and then complain about it.
Yeah.
So like you see a lot of like if you watch the Tarkov Twitter while the cycle of a wipe, it's like the first like month it's like holy fucking shit, I'm jizzing. And then the second month it's like, is anyone having any desing? And then the third month's like, fuck this game. And then like yeah, like fourth, fifth, and sixth month, it's just like there's fucking hackers everywhere. When's Tarkov gonna fucking wipe? This is bullshit. And so
Yeah.
like everyone sort of goes in that cycle, and I think they get bored, and then they just turn on each other, and they start being fuckheads to each other, and it's always the same. So I sort of just play like the first 3 months, and
Yeah.
then just like bail because I just can't be fucked. Like, yeah, I've been through so many wipes of it doing this that I've just seen it happen so many times. It's just fucking hilarious to me that there's people still haven't realized that they're not emotionally intelligent enough to realize how fucking stupid they look. It's like,
It seems like it hit quicker this time. Like that. I don't know if you played much of the last patch or last wipe.
yeah,
It just seemed like it. That moment, like you said, where people are turning on each other, hit quicker than wipes in the past.
yeah. Well, they just didn't really add anything
Right.
last patch, and that's the one thing that's and like I really like Tarkov, but I pay out on everyone, so fuck it. But I really feel like they're dropping the ball on their content delivery stuff.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be that development is slowing down. They should be building pipelines to start producing content faster and more effectively.
Yeah.
Not like just building one piece of content. Like they should be getting quicker at this kind of stuff. It feels like they're slowing down, and they're making promises that they're not keeping.
Yeah.
Like that the trader thing. Like it was a huge thing, like a huge event leading up to this trader thing, and then 7 months later, and we still haven't heard anything
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
Like,
because there was you felt like
was
when
weird.
they brought Santa in, you thought, okay, but they're gonna be this is like sort of an example or something tied to this is how the trader's going to be, and then like you said, yeah, there's
Mm.
been nothing, and also yeah, like they've grown, BSG has grown, so you would think that they'd have a bigger budget to sort of bring in more people to focus, like you said, bring content quicker instead of
Yeah,
at a slower pace.
yeah. I feel like the hard part is like when it comes to like say you're adding guns to the game, I feel like they're building each gun from scratch instead of building a gun factory.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why they sort of take so long to put in. Like, they're not focusing on making like streamlined workflows to add this kind of shit, which
Yeah.
is why like every map gets released and it always has the same problems every time. It's laggy as fuck, the lighting's fucked, and there's sound issues. Like, there should be a pipeline that is covering all these issues
Yeah.
and making it so this isn't a thing. Like, there's
Like a
they're
framework
not,
or something that they build off
yeah,
of and they just duplicate
yeah.
or whatnot.
It just doesn't feel like they're learning from the mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I mean, there's a million different reasons why that could
Yes.
happen, but I mean, I'm not here to judge. I don't run a fucking game company. But
Yeah.
just from like watching what they've done and having worked in software development before, I've seen these issues where it's just like it feels like they're starting from scratch every time,
Yeah.
instead of building something that can help them produce better
Yeah.
results every time. They're just sort of uh, I just call it like hard coding everything,
Yeah.
the magic numbers approach. So it's like, yeah, they're not really. I don't think they're really doing that. So that's where it sort of gets frustrating for me, like watching them sort of flounder a little bit
Yeah.
delivering content. So
Because
and
it's a special game. Still, nothing can
yeah,
touch it.
yeah, that's an amazing game there. Like I think like when I pay out on that kind of shit, I think a lot of people think that I'm like, no, the game's shit, but it's not. Like, the game is really good, and I want nothing more than the game to be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But it's like watching your best friend fail to get laid or something. It's
Right.
like, oh damn, I wish he had got laid. That would have been awesome for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's yeah,
But
but
also take into
it's kind of
consideration
disappointing.
how many thousands of hours you've put into it. So it's not like you
Yeah.
just played it 100 hours and it's like you're just, shitting all over it. You've got
Yeah,
a lot of time
yeah,
invested.
yeah. I think that like there's some people that are capable of having a very unique insight into what it takes to make the game work. Like people like myself, which is like, now it's gonna sound like I'm sucking my own dick, but like I've got over 10,000 hours in the game, and I come from a software development background.
Yeah.
That's sort of like, I think that I have a good insight of what is going on,
Yeah.
but then at the same time, I might not know what the fuck I'm talking about. It may be a completely different fucking reason that they're
Yeah.
fucking up. But in my mind, that's like, my opinion is that that's the problems, and that's what I see in it. And it is frustrating to see that, because
Yeah.
I want it to, I want it to be successful. I want to play the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, then you sort of see changes that make no sense, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? So
Yeah.
it can be a bit discouraging.
Yeah. No, I hear you there. And yeah, it's like you said, it's you want to see the best for that game. Like, look behind you, you got an awesome Killa picture behind you. You're clearly,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's
That's hand painted oil painting. We're
no
going to the
way.
UK. Yeah, he painted it, and he put a picture of it up on Twitter, and he was like, "Hey, check this out! I painted this. I thought you might want to see it." And I was like, I want to fucking buy it." And he's like, "I've never sold any art before," and I'm like, "Well, what do you think it's worth?" And he's like, I don't know. It took me this long. Let's say like $1,000. I'm like, fucking done. I'll send it over. So yeah,
Nice.
I brought it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
I just thought it was really cool. It's like, yeah, it's like sort of like hand painted oil painting. So it's
Yeah,
one of a kind. It's fucking cool. So
that is awesome.
I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna buy that.
Nice.
Yeah,
So,
I love art.
yes.
A lot of shit hanging up around my house. Like, you
Yeah.
can't. I just moved all this room, so none of it's all hanging up. But I have so much stuff just hanging up around my house, especially from like tattoo artists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I see something like that, and I'm like, I must have it.
Now, is there any genre or any type of art you like more than others? Is like, so like some people like,
Uh,
Star Wars or, Force or,
Japan. It's a lot of random stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now, when it comes to
yeah,
your tattoos, what, is there a theme or, just a whole bunch of
yeah.
different cool shit?
Just mostly video games,
Yeah.
like neo traditional style, but like video game stuff. So that's FIFA from 7.
Yeah.
Um, I still need to go and get some color on that, but that's Aries from Final Fantasy 7, so it's like a Final
Oh,
Fantasy
that's
sleeve.
cool.
And I'm wearing a Final Fantasy jumper, so I feel like a bit of a fanboy at the moment, but most of them are, yeah, just video game
Yeah.
stuff.
What's your favorite
And
piece?
I
If
don't
you had
know,
to pick
honestly.
one.
Oh, I've got so many. Be
Yeah.
hard. Yeah, I'm pretty much covered from head to toe.
Oh, no
So,
way.
well, from like ear
Yeah.
to ankles.
So you're
So
just like Baddie then.
yeah, I've got a fair few.
Nice.
Need to get my chest done and a bit on my back, and
Yeah.
that's and I'm pretty much covered.
Nice.
So I'll probably end up going onto my neck, but I haven't done my hands yet. So
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, man.
I think that's the difference. You don't look really tattooed until you do your hands.
Yeah.
And so like I don't have any visible if I'm wearing like long sleeves and shorts.
Yeah.
Long sleeves and long pants. But yeah, but it's once you have your hands done, then you just look super tattooed all the time.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Definitely. So when it comes to Tarkov, what are you looking forward to, most about what what we think is coming? Streets or arena?
I don't know. I've become pretty anti-hype in the last few years. I know it's kind of depressing. I found out Santa Claus isn't real, but it's sort of it's a weird thing. I was telling Chad about this the other day. So Metal Gear Solid 5 came out.
Yeah.
And I fucking love Hideo Kojima. And then I got to the end of this game and I'm like, where's the fucking ending? Like, why is it? And then I looked into it and I was like they pushed it out of production because Konami wanted it to go out early.
Mm-hmm.
And so they fucked this video game. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this was a great game. And then they just destroyed it. And so I was like, fuck that. That's bullshit. I'm like, that's it. I'm never getting hyped over anything from them again. And then he left Konami. So I was like, whatever. And then I got hyped again. And Death Stranding was actually really good. But
was it good? I liked
the storyline was amazing.
Yeah.
But it was, he does weird shit. So,
he definitely does. Yep.
Yeah. If you're into his kind of storytelling, but I went I obviously played the shit out of The Witcher and I fucking love The Witcher, but I got super hyped about Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And then I feel like the same thing happened. Like the company pushed it out and it was too early and it was fucked.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, fuck this. I'm never getting hyped about anything ever again. And so Tarkov, like a few times I've been like, yeah, it's going to be fucking amazing. And then I'm like, So I pretty much have adopted this stance of I'll enjoy it when I fucking see it. When it's playing on my PC, like heaps of people are like, you hyped for Arena? I'm like, I fucking don't even believe that Arena exists until I'm fucking playing it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how excited I am when I'm in the fucking arena. Like,
yeah,
I've heard Streets is coming soon since fucking 2018. Like, I'll fucking believe it when I see it. Everyone's like, Streets is coming this patch. I'm like, Streets has been coming every fucking patch. I'll fucking believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
So,
shoot.
Yeah. So it's maybe that's just me. Like, I'm always eager to see something new, but I'm never like, oh my god, it's gonna be this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm keen to see change, but I don't know what it's gonna be because if I get hyped about it, and then my expectations will go up, and then I'm just gonna get let down. So.
Yeah. And then the other aspect of it is too, how many times have you done the bronze pocket watch quest 10 times?
Exactly, yeah. I was looking at this the other day. So there's I think it's 12 wipes since or maybe more than 12 wipes.
Yeah.
I think it might have been 13 since it came to open beta. So I've done that many.
Holy shit.
And all of them had something different and cool about them. Some of them were much, much shitter than others. Like the one where they only released the SVD. It was
Hang on,
terrible.
There was a wipe with just the one gun was released?
I think it was pretty much just the SVD, and I believe it was 0.11.
Yeah.
And there was so many fucking cheaters. This was just before they got Battle Eye.
Yeah.
And it was fucked. So Labs was in, and it was free to get into Labs.
Okay, yeah.
And every single Labs lobby was just a fucking cheater, and not like a subtle, like a fucking blatant spinning aimbot motherfucker that was just shooting you through a wall. Like, it was the worst fucking wipe.
Yeah. Well, this is the worst game to encounter cheaters because you
Yeah.
commit to your gear, you commit to the time to go into raid, and then to have a cheater, a questionable death, not so much a cheater, but a questionable death, just it really
Yeah.
takes the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of brutal. Like, the main thing that will keep you sort of happy and engaged in Tarkov is surviving.
Yeah.
So it's when that doesn't happen, it's kind of rough, and you sort of, if you die once to something questionable, and then you sort of just start throwing gear at the wall, it quickly becomes 10 deaths in a row, and you're pissed off,
Right. Yeah.
and you want to rage quit. So it's very fucking frustrating, but
Yeah.
it's no, they're doing their best. Like, I know, like, I'm not gonna say they're like, a lot of people will be like, oh, so many cheaters in Tarkov. This is like, it's nothing compared to what it used to be,
Yeah.
and it's just as good as any other anti-cheat. All fucking anti-cheat sucks.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to get rid of cheaters, stop buying RMT, you fucking pleb.
Exactly. Yes.
Hey,
Absolutely.
I'd be a shitter. Stop supporting them.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
that's yeah. But some people think they're doing a service cheating somehow. They're fucking retards.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's all right, man. This is your
Yeah,
pod. It's all good.
Yeah.
So now,
They just I don't know. They're weirdos.
yep. So now, how would you describe the slush puppy community? What is your community like? If nobody's seen your
I don't
stream
know.
before and they're coming in for the first time, what are they What are they going to experience?
Definitely crude humor.
Yeah.
Lots of dick jokes. I sort of think of it like it's just like a hanging out at the bar with your mates, just fucking talking shit, and that's pretty much how I like to try and keep it.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's not like a formal like, oh, this is an entertainment sort of show kind of thing. It's more just like, hey, I want this to just be a laid back, like, fucking chill zone where people come and hang out and talk crap, and sometimes we have serious talks. Most of the time we just talk about dicks. That's pretty much it. That's like, yeah.
Now, who do you roll with the most of the time, or who's in the crew that you roll with?
Depends which game I'm playing.
Yeah.
Lately I've been streaming a lot with Rhino and Aussie Demon as well.
Okay.
We play with Colts and Kings as well, so it's got a few mods that I play games with and shit. So it depends what I'm playing really, but
And what are you playing these
Tarkov
days?
will be interesting. Probably have to find a new crew because all my mods are sooks, and it'll be like, oh no, I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this wipe. So that's all right. I'll just roll solo. I'll just carry myself.
What map do you like to roll?
I usually at the start of wipe, I'll just rush quests because then you unlock everything and then just shit on everyone for a week. So it is the easiest way to do it. That's the only thing that is gonna make is wins the Tarkov wipe for you is the amount of time that you can spend online. Because if you just rush all the quests, you end up just being in top tier gear weeks before everyone else. And you just shit on everyone, which is kind of rude, but it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no rules to play. As long as you're not cheating, you can play this game any way you want. And that's,
There's a few balance issues in it. Once I always find I'll run my sort of like, I'll start questing on my customs or whatever, and it'll usually be like, I'll run until I find a Rashala while I'm questing, and then I'll kill him, and then I'll just be in like pretty fat gear for that time of the wipe, and then I'll pretty much just have like 25 raid streaks over and over until I get to like level 45 and I've unlocked everything.
Yeah.
And then eventually everyone else will start to catch up, and then I'll just start getting my ass kicked by much better players. So but I have time on my side.
Yes,
so
you do.
Fuck them at the start of the wipe because I've got nothing better to do.
Oh man. So what are you playing these days on stream?
Just random stuff, really. I played It Takes Two last night with King, so we just got drunk and played that, and it was fun as fuck. I was playing Farming Sim before that because I don't know. I still have a soft spot for Farming Sim.
Yeah.
It was fun. So
Well, I think I saw you. I think you and Rhino playing. Was it a construction sim or something like that a little while ago?
Yeah, Rhino loves the sim games
Yeah.
as much as I do. Like when it comes to like the ones where you drive around machinery and stuff. So
Yeah.
we're doing dumb shit like that. But yeah, once I sort of get off Tarkov, I usually just do whatever
Yeah.
I sort of feel like. Like I'll just fire up on the day and be like, "Fuck, what do I feel like playing?" Like I haven't really chosen a game for today, but I was thinking I might just play that High on Life game, that
Yeah.
one that's made by the Rick and Morty guys. So I
Yeah.
might check that out. But I pretty much just wing it when I'm not playing Tarkov. So
Yeah. Yeah, you
yeah,
said you were playing Valheim. How is that? That was really fun when it first came out. How's,
yeah.
going back to it,
But
new stuff to added to it?
I did add there's a bit of new stuff through like scattered through like the sort of uh main curve of it. But I think most of the shit is added like end game, like the Mistland stuff. So I think it unless you want to start playing from your previous save, then you're probably gonna have to like go through all the shit again.
Yeah.
And I was, and then I couldn't be bothered, and now I'm sort of like I realized it was gonna take ages, so I was like, "Yeah, fuck
Fuck
it,
it.
I'm just gonna go play something else." So I'm just feeling lazy.
A while back, I saw you doing a lot of racing.
Yeah, I got really into iRacing for a
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, yeah, shit's fun.
It is
It's
fun. I was so blown away by the fact that you can have real people spotting for you while you're doing the races and whatnot. It's crazy.
oh yeah, yeah, it's crazy. The level of detail that goes into it. I think I've done a really good job of just picking a small amount of popular cars and then just making them extremely realistic, which
Yeah.
is really fucking cool. But yeah, one of my friends had a wheel set up and he was selling it, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll buy that." And
Nice.
then yeah, now so I used to love racing. We grew up racing go-karts as
Oh,
a
no
family,
way.
so yeah, so we had like race like supercarts, they
Hmm.
call it. And so my two brothers and my dad and me all raced together, and we had like a fucking racing team and shit like that, and competed
Oh,
and
that's
shit.
so
So
cool.
yeah, so I was already pretty obsessed with it, and then
Yeah.
I started racing. The guy I brought the wheel off, my mate Smitty, fucking flogging me, and I was like, "Fuck you." I was I was good back in the day. Now I'm fucking old and shit. It sucks.
Now, what did you race in iRacing?
Usually race the GT3 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, the I was doing the Ferrari ones, and then the just the GT3 cups and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's I think that's like the most competitive one, and sort of where everyone else sort of ends up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely
The
cool.
Yeah. Do you play iRacing?
Yeah, I do a little bit.
Yep.
I've only done a couple of races because I'm just paranoid I'm going to cause a crash and then my driver ratings are going to go to shit.
Yeah. Yep. What you got to do is find it depends. Like some races will get you up heaps of driver rating really quick, like safety rating. So the easiest way to do it is to wait until the skip barbers, which are like those fucking really slow, like F3 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait until they're on like fucking Nürburgring and then do that because there's so many corners and they're so easy to control. And your safety rating will go up fucking heaps.
Oh, okay.
And everyone gets spread out as well because like it's a 7-minute track. Well,
Yeah.
actually, it's like fucking 15 minutes in those skip barbers because it's so shit. But yeah, that'll make your safety rating go up a lot faster.
Oh,
It's just
nice.
a matter of fucking around with
Yeah.
that. But
Now, do you watch any racing?
yeah, usually F1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch the F1 pretty religiously, and the V8 supercars as well when I get the chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to the Monaco GP next year. So
No
I'm
way.
pretty keen for that. Yeah, I'm going it's in May 2023.
Yeah.
So should be pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a Tarkov creator, content creator that used to be Max Verstappen's race engineer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I had him
Yeah.
on the pod a while ago. His name is Break, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's yeah, he goes right in. If you want to get into the details, the statistics, breaking down the engines, and oh yeah, he's got a lot of good content.
Oh, that's cool. I might have to have a look.
Definitely
Yeah.
check him out. Yeah, yeah. F1, it seems over the last few years has really picked back up and it's gotten good.
Yeah, they fixed the problems with the cars because it was all just like you couldn't overtake or do anything.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so they had the problem with the the wind coming off the back of the cars was fucking up everyone else's ability to streamline and get downforce and shit. So yeah, I think I've done a good job of it this year. It seems a lot more competitive.
Absolutely, yeah. Because it's not fun to watch when between first and second place is a half a track. It's boring.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah, it was
fun.
fucking boring. Like when Lewis Hamilton was just destroying everyone, that
Yep.
was fucking boring. But 'cause I loved it before that, like back in the especially like Schumacher era
Oh
was
Schumacher and
awesome.
Mika, they were the
Yeah,
best. Yeah, cool
yeah,
third, and who was the? You
yeah.
guys had a good driver back then too. Australia did.
Mark Webber.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I always enjoyed that because I grew up sort of watching it with my dad
Yep.
and brothers, and yeah, it was cool watching it, and then sort of got boring for a while because
Right.
they all just sort of, it's F1. They all just
Yep.
fucking constantly cheat. So they were just like, yeah, let's fucking make the cars unreasonably fast and fucking like paper thin. So the second they touch anything, they
Oh,
just
they
fucking
explode.
explode. So
Yeah.
everyone just freaks out and won't drive properly. So, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's in a good place nowadays.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm hoping they continue in that direction because like trying to make just the fastest car possible is not really that entertaining.
No, it's not.
Like crap. So.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good new drivers coming through as well.
Yes.
So, and a lot of the current sort of guys are close to retiring. Like you would think. I mean, they're probably not going to keep Lewis Hamilton in the seat until
No.
he's 60. Like, he's like 40 something now.
Yeah.
Like Fernando Alonso is like 45 or
Yeah.
some shit. So it's like surely they're gonna fucking retire soon. So
Absolutely.
it should, yeah, be interesting. And a lot of new drivers should
Yeah.
come through and get a good look.
Yeah, I was surprised at how many, seems like there's a lot of Tarkov content creators who are into F1. You had Deadly, he jumped into
Yeah.
F1 manager, and yeah, it's neat to see. It's,
Yeah.
race day, a lot of chatter on Twitter about, just, who's winning and race opinions and whatnot. It's neat to see.
Yeah, it is interesting. I did notice that. Deadly's really into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool because you do get a lot of weird crossover. Like,
Yep.
there's a shitload of people that are into guns that play Tarkov.
Oh, yeah.
and then you get a lot of weird crossover with other shit. And it's kind of cool.
It is,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So now when you disconnect, you're not streaming, you say you like to go hunting. What do you guys hunt down there?
I usually just kangaroo or rabbits, but yeah, I do because I remember telling you about how you can just sort of drive up and just shoot them in the face. I was thinking about you the other weekend because we went away and we're up at my mate's shack. It's in like the middle of fucking Highland Lakes in Tasmania. It's like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And so these like kangaroos there, it would be rare if they'd seen a human. It would be,
Oh my God.
because especially a young one. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like winter, which means he's like this kangaroo would have only been like 8 months old because it's pretty small. And so I'm betting he's never seen a human before. And I walk out of the shack and it's just standing there. And we're about to go target shooting. So I have my gun and I swear I walked up to this fucking thing and just like held out my gun and pointed it directly at its head. And I was like, yeah, you're going to find this pretty funny, but I'm not going to do it because I so can't be skinning it. I was like, this thing was fucking so dumb. Like,
Oh my
it
God.
just stood there and looked at me. I didn't kill it because it was so fucking cold that I didn't want to stand outside and skin it, to be honest.
Oh,
But it
jeez.
was, yeah.
That's
But
wild.
it was, yeah. It was like, it would have been a meter away from me. They're not very smart.
Yeah. Now, what
But I suppose,
does it taste
sometimes
like?
getting
Like, you've eaten meat from over here and cows, and
Yeah.
how would you describe the meat?
yeah. It's really lean, so it doesn't have any fat on it, and
Yeah.
it's sort of like a gamey venison.
Yeah.
It's yeah. It can be. It depends how you cook it. Like it can be tough if you don't cook it properly. Like it's best like slow cooked or
Yeah.
mince is
Okay.
the best. Yeah.
Ah.
It's a lot of people will use it for dog food. So
Yeah.
like if a lot of farmers will, because they destroy crops and
Right.
they're a pest in most places, like they'll just shoot them and feed them to their dogs.
Yeah.
And then eat some of it. So it's just like a ready supply of dog food, really.
Yeah. Okay.
just hopping dog food.
Yeah.
The dogs love the tails.
Oh, really?
You cut the tails off, they fucking go ballistic for them. So
Oh, shoot. Oh,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
wild. And what else do you like to do? What do you and the missus get up to when you're not, when you're not behind a computer?
Uh, definitely travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to travel a lot. So been to a lot of places. So
Any destinations coming up?
just Italy next year.
Oh,
So
nice. Oh, yeah, that's right.
we're going to so we're going to Italy. So we're going go for I think we're going for about a month. Next May. So we're gonna drive from basically the south of Italy all the way up to the north,
Oh, wow.
and then drive across to like Nice in France, and then Monaco,
Yeah.
and stay there and watch the Grand Prix, and then fly back home. So that should be pretty fucking awesome.
That should be amazing.
I'm
Yeah, absolutely.
excited for that. It's yeah, we haven't because of COVID. Obviously, we hadn't traveled as much, but
Yeah.
it's so it's been kind of crap. But the last time we went away, we went to UK and drove from like I like road tripping.
Yeah.
It's you drove from like London all the way up to the top of the UK,
Oh, wow.
through Scotland and the Isle of Skye and the Islay and like Edinburgh and then all around Ireland,
Yeah.
and then went to France as well.
I hear the
So
roads aren't very wide in Ireland, in the back countries.
yeah, it's a bit like that in like northern UK as well,
Yeah.
in northern Scotland. It can be a little bit sketch.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's sort of like that down here though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sort of used to it.
Okay.
It's yeah,
That's gonna be
it's
awesome.
I think the worst roads I've ever driven on are definitely New Zealand though.
Oh, they're tough.
fucking they're the fucking danger zone. That shit is. There's
No
like
way. Is it really?
every road is like on the side of a fucking cliff, and it's like
Oh,
windy as
shit.
fuck, and everyone there is the world's shittest driver. It's fucked.
Okay.
I swear I saw a car crash like every day that we were there.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was fucked. Yeah.
Well,
Good shit.
well, Slush, you survived the podcast. Thank you so much for doing this, dude. It's been awesome.
All right, man. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me.
No problem. But before you go though, now you got to call out somebody. Who in your crew should come on the podcast? Have a good story.
Have you had Rhino on?
I have not.
Well, you should have Rhino on. He's fucking hilarious.
All right, we'll get him on
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, he's a
Awesome.
funny cunt.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you so much, dude.
Hey, no worries, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, take care.
You too.